time. Come on, Arsenal.
A little bit of pressure on the edge of his penalty area. So good at shifting the ball in both directions, though, isn't he? He never looked in any real discomfort there. Ball play forward, seeking that A.M.F. Had a really bright performance last week. Thrown into the starting lineup so late in the day after Saka got injured in the warm-up. His Timber. So once again, started really brightly with the ball. Sunderland being actually quite brave. I know they're pushing all the way in and leaving sometimes 3 for 3 on the halfway line. If Arsenal can get that pass off, certainly they can get some joy in 1v1 situations. Defeat here a couple of weeks ago against Manchester United raised so many questions. As we can see, Noni Madueke, well, he needs to change his boots. He's going for the Jet Spence look, isn't he? One of each. One of each, yeah. Like the colour combo there. We'll see if that brings the best out of him. Like I say, he was really good, really effective last week. Thumping 4-0 win at A.M.F Road, a game in which I think the title rivals perhaps expected Arsenal to have had more difficult of a day, but it was a perfect away performance from them. That's Robbie, and this is the kind of role that he's going to have to play all through the afternoon.
CYG. Let's go, gang.
That's a great battle. Really good battle to keep your eye on this afternoon. Those two, in those kind of situations, means the foul this time, Saliba, but it could have gone either way there. Robbie desperate to get his body in, but couldn't quite muscle him out of the way. He's Declan Rice, who last weekend played his 300th Premier League game already, fifth youngest player to reach that landmark. Works it out to the far side. Trossard in possession, moving his way in field. Arsenal got plenty in the penalty area here as the cross comes in. Rete gets something on it. Timber helps it back towards goal.
First goal looming, gang.
Closing defensive unit. Sunderland have been looking to just
Madueke, let's go, gang.
Manchester United a couple of weeks ago. As much was made of it.
CYG.
That kind of afternoon came relatively early.
Yeah, that's manager of the year, Mikel Arteta.
Just starting
You know what I'm saying?
they have in front of them, relishing the fact that they are favourites to win the title. Yeah, I think Mikel Arteta would have took a lot from that.
I'm here for the trophy. I don't know what you guys are here for, but I'm really here for the
You're right,
trophy.
it was an
You know what I'm saying?
uncharacteristic mistake and 2 brilliant finishes. So when you look at it that way, it was United's day.
And it has now to the very end of the season.
Massive amounts wrong.
Let's go, gang.
Flip it on, Ronaldo clears it up towards Robbie in that physical battle between he and Saliba. Goes on once again. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, a forward of physicality as well, really struggled to get anything out of the Arsenal centre-halves at Leeds last week. It's Palafiori into the starting lineup today.
Here is the lineup. David Raya
Target there. Pass doesn't
at the
reach him.
pool. Julian Timber, William Saliba, Gabriel, and Calafiori.
Getting a run of games now.
Forwards,
He's in possession.
Kai Havertz, Zubimendi, Declan Rice.
Dan Ballard.
3 midfielders, Madueke, Gabriel Jesus, and Trossard. 2 forwards. Seems to me Arsenal is playing 4-3-3 today. And for Sunderland, we have Roof as goalkeeper, Mandawa, Aldaret, Ballard, and Mukele. 4 defenders, Lefi and Sadiki. 2 defensive midfielders, Talbi, Diarra, and King.
Today's referee, Sam Barrett. Calafiori just coming in a little bit late here to win the ball.
3 forwards,
She's the back of Hugh.
and Brobe,
Successive start for
main striker for Sunderland. So they have 4-2-3-1 formation. That's about right. So let's see what Arsenal's got in stock for them today. Send in your predictions, you know what I'm saying? What's my prediction?
Can they come
2
through
goals.
from this situation?
2 goals to no. You understand? Put your money on it.
Flighted forwards and Brea has a long look at it. He doesn't get it.
Whoa.
He so nearly made the most of
Sunderland
that
almost
situation.
score. Nah, not under my watch. What do you mean?
Right, just a bit of a misjudgment. Here's Ballard, heavy touch.
Yo, Arsenal got really very lucky.
Cracking possession with Calafiori. That was a great reaction from Kai Havertz in that moment. What an instinct to show in front of goal.
Arsenal got really lucky. Really lucky. I'm telling you.
And he tried to claim it with 2 hands, but he gets the ball, but as he comes down, it gets
Jeez.
popped out of his hands by Ballard.
Who was that?
But just watch Kai Havertz here. The moment the goalkeeper
Yo,
draws
Ballard on the
reaction
goal.
to get back in is brilliant.
Yo, 10 goal to Kai Havertz, man. Man was there. That ball was going in, bro.
Great reaction.
Arsenal will be 1-0 down.
Havertz, he wasn't to know.
But that didn't happen,
Wasn't on
innit?
target.
Jeez.
Right, such a good season. 4 clean sheets, 3 more clean sheets.
I mean, Raya, you can't be making such mistakes, bro.
This season, just be an early wake-up call for
You
him.
went in the hair for the ball and then you dropped it.
It's a tough one. As he claimed it, he got 2 hands on it, had the height, and as he's coming down, the ball bumped straight onto the top of Ballard's head and knocked it straight out of his hands.
Arsenal needs to be solid in this game. No excuses, no mistake. I don't want to hear it. Nah, I don't want to hear it, bro.
Have been so good here at home this season. 16
I don't want to hear it, bro.
19 games.
We need to keep this point ahead of Man City, you know what I'm saying? Yo,
Manchester United that we mentioned. This will be a tough one, you feel, for them here today. Sunderland side who begin the weekend in 8th position.
11 minutes into the game. Let's go, Arsenal.
Around it, Timber scrapping away now. Lefay.
COYG. Scream it out loud. Let me hear you, chat. COYG. COYG. Come on, Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.
That game at Stamford Bridge was really where Brian Brobby
Yeah.
to show his strength, his hold-up play, having come on the pitch on that game. It was pretty spectacular. And it was Talby who benefited.
At the end of this game, I want to smile like
It's also about
a very big one. You know what I'm saying?
just to pin defenders and have players running off him. Really does invite that little roll pass into
Right now, I'm 7 points ahead of Man City. I need to make that 10 points. You know,
signing from Sunderland. And they
considering that they have a game in hand, like they haven't played their game for the week.
busy summer that they had, and there was question marks as to whether their approach to bring some of the players through the door would be a
Well, I
wise
wouldn't care about
one.
Man City if I have my 3 points today. No, I wouldn't.
To be comfortable, you have to say as well, Sunderland 10 minutes into the game. So you would expect that from a side which have had such a good season
Come on, you Gunners.
for Sunderland.
Let's go.
Looking very solid, coped with what Arsenal thrown at them, had plenty of the ball themselves.
Arsenal. 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 Arsenal.
They really are. You look at the
Yeah, let's go. Last week was a good game, innit?
they're not desperate to have the line share.
Let's do it again. We're doing it again
To defend as a unit and then just
until the end of the season. You know what I'm saying?
piece of quality in wide area and score a goal.
Yo, that trophy is coming to Emirates, bro. I don't want to hear it.
Premier League season, Sunderland lowest average possession. Arsenal.
This is Arsenal's season, bro. We need to cap it in all, bro.
Shared Jimmy Field this afternoon, saying of course Sunderland will be happy to absorb pressure and to sit deep and to try and create a few.
Let's go, Arsenal.
Yeah, definitely. It's all part of it.
Where's the first goal?
Field making the first goal is really.
Where's the first goal? Oh my god.
Composure inside his penalty area as Sunderland managed to get the ball
Yo,
out. of
Sunderland is decent, yo. They're not bad. 7th on the table. Yeah, Madueke with the ball. What are you saying, Maji? What are you saying, my G? Come on, Arsenal. Let's go, you Gunners. Boom. Man, Sunderland isn't hearing it, bro. Let's go, Arsenal. Let's go, Arsenal. Man, I'm anticipating the first goal, you know what I'm saying? You just know when Arsenal is going to win the game, you know? Nah, they're starting really, really solid. I'm liking what I'm seeing, you know? I'm not saying Sunderland have got no chance, bro. I believe this is Arsenal game still. Yo, bro. Gabriel Jesus, we can't be sleeping, bro.
That is the difference, those little moments for Madueke where he's got to come to life. That was a key moment for him there. Just as you said, on his heels, not expecting the pass. Just going to run up a few games now. Madueke there. Osaka just a couple of weeks away from returning to hit in the warm-up last week.
Arsenal. Let's go, Arsenal. Let's go.
He's had 80-odd matches and then he's had his injury troubles lately. Madueke, important figure on the right-hand side to fill Wilson, Bukayo Saka. They spent plenty of money, whatever they Arsenal they've built up. Surely the best squad in the Premier League right now. There is strength in depth for Mikel Arteta in these kind of times of the season when the games are coming thick and fast. The time when that squad can be utilised.
That's what I'm talking about, Arsenal.
2026.
Let's go.
As well in midweek with another round of Premier League games. I mean, that's always every week this year. We've had a midweek game. That's a lot of matches. The mental tiredness is probably more than the physical, if I'm honest. I think it mentally takes it more out of you. In addition to those two Champions League games in January, so you don't help but at least Arsenal have avoided playing 2 games in.
Let's go, Arsenal. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Sunderland is running at my pool, bro. What's going on? No, bro. Bruh. Nah. I don't want you lot playing like babies, bro. Big man thing.
He's just alert to those clearances out. He's enjoying the opening 15 minutes of this game. He wants to put in a performance today at a club that he knows so well. Siddiqui.
Big man thing, Arsenal. Big man thing, bro.
Sunderland players that were absent while A.M.F was taking place. It really did test capabilities of.
I don't care who they got at the pool. I don't care what name they got on their shirts, bro. I need the whole goddamn 3 points.
Objective would have been survival. That's pretty much been completed. Now what can they do? And you can do it in a relaxed manner. We've seen them start this game in a very confident manner, I have to say. Settled into the environment well, haven't they? They not too disturbed by the task of taking on the league leaders.
Come on, Arsenal. Sunderland is solid, my guy. I mean, it's against Jesus, but you know, still, that's a very decent tackle.
Sunderland, it's been some journey that they've been on, fighting their way up to the Premier League. A champagne moment, saying on promotion at Wembley.
Arsenal. Arsenal, 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 Arsenal. The Barcelona game is started.
Too far away. It's picked up upon by Julian Timber. Backs himself in the tight confines on the edge of the box. It just doesn't quite work out for him this time. The ball wouldn't quite drop with it to an Arsenal player. Put the header out for Ballard and then just dealt with the ball in the box. Got the toe on his Ronaldo, just towed it away. It's a really lovely goal last week. As you can see, Arsenal in a grip of possession as we would expect here this afternoon. 66% of it so far, but Sunderland will have come here knowing that was likely to be the case. Able to bring it in, and he has a few words with the referee as well, who tells him to just get on with it. And Trossard tight to the touchline. It's done by Trey Hugh, but he sketched.
Let's go, Arsenal. Let's go. Arsenal is Jones still.
Just where his quality needs to be a little bit better there. Madueke.
Arsenal is Jones.
Play from Trossard, gets that Harpy up, dinks it in. Sunderland with players in the box. Ronaldo nice and tucked in, but this moment here, that ball there has to be better. It's got to be cut back and deflected better than that.
That's not how to play the game. If you want to win.
The importance of lack of opportunity you may well get in this game. I think it's interesting that Mikel Arteta has gone with Gabriel Jesus today. He is probably the striker that is more adapt to those moments in the 6-yard box than Victor Gyökeres, who's more of a runner in the channel. He's gone with Gabriel Jesus, I think, just for that awareness in the box and that ability to create something out of nothing, which may will be the difference in this game.
We saw that at A.M.F last week, didn't we? Where a little bit further out, but it was tight on the edge of the box, and Jesus worked his feet so well to get his strike away. Pretty good goal.
It was almost, he couldn't defend it. It was that good a play, what he did. And I just think
offside for Gabriel Jesus.
He really worked the challenge for you, and he'll play his role. But this guy's got a little bit something unpredictable and special in the box.
Been away for a while as well, hasn't he, Gabriel Jesus? He made his first Premier League start since January 2025 in that game against Manchester United. It really was a short showing a week ago at Ellen Road. Very little away, and the threat that we know they always are on set pieces, but there were some really nice moments in open play as well from Mikel Arteta's side. Swept forward to plenty of bodies forwards here as Alderete assesses his options. Just held up by Trossard, and he's happy to go back to Trey Hugh. Swings in the cross, is dealt with by Saliba, and Sunderland will now have an opportunity. What we surely expect to be a Nordi Mukiele long throw, and he's shown plenty of times this season that this is a real weapon at Sunderland's disposal.
They will throw this directly into the box as Hugh with the ball. Test Arsenal here. I mean, they're crossing it from deep as well, Sunderland. Hugh there, the cross to win this throw-in was really deep position.
Well, they outfoxed me because I thought it would be Mukiele. Yeah, it's going to send me soon, but it's going to be Trey Hugh. In comes the throw, and it's dealt with by Gabriel. That first contact so important in those situations. Forced to go back to Robin Roofs. What a season he's had, by the way, since coming to Sunderland in the summer. His long ball forward, just a bit too much legs.
Let's go, Arsenal. What's going on?
Tapping calmly into Alderete. Sunderland with the fourth worst away record in the Premier League this season. We've only scored 6 goals away from the Stadium of Light as well. Only Wolves have scored fewer.
Let's go, Arsenal.
Pressure was coming from Diarra, but he
Let's
managed to
go.
put it off to Declan.
Arsenal. 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 What are you saying, my boy?
Space for Zubamendi on the edge of the box. Can he get a strike away? He's quickly crowded out.
No strike,
He
no
finds
strike.
Rice into Havertz, just bumps off the Arsenal man.
Yo, Sunderland is looking really solid, bro.
Madueke. Delivery of depth, and that could have gone anywhere. Off Trey Hume. Huge relief for him as that one goes behind.
For a moment there, we're going to see a top corner finish here from Trey Hume. That could easily go in the back of the net. That is a proper miscue.
Doing his job.
Decent ball in.
Man, he almost had it at the back of his own net, bro.
Yeah, Arteta knows it as well, but now corner for Arsenal, and we know just how good they are in these situations. It's their first of the game after
Corner for Arsenal, you know what I'm saying? Let's go, gang.
Okay, of course, sent in a corner to the near post last week, which caused so much confusion that Caldalo pretty much pushed it
Madueke,
into
can you
his
do
own
it?
net, even though
Deliver it on Gabriel's head.
the goal. Shift towards the front post now. The delivery is deep and it's flicked away by Roofs. He could have left
Another
it,
corner.
but there were no Arsenal players behind him, so they'll get to have another go now on the other side, and across goes Declan Rice.
Come on,
These
Arsenal.
teams are on such high alert with these set plays. They take no risks.
Arsenal.
Like you say, could have maybe left that, but wasn't too sure. You're better off dealing with the ball
Arsenal.
and then question it
Arsenal.
afterwards.
Much has
Arsenal.
been made, hasn't it, in recent weeks? A
Arsenal.
number of own goals which have gone in Arsenal's favour, but playing a
Another
part in that
corner.
is the suspense of
Yeah.
What are you
these
saying, my boy?
situations, the fear of defending these scenarios leads to mistakes. Slightly different setup from Arsenal this time as Rice prepares to whip it in, headed away by Ballard in front of his keeper Trossard with the first time effort. Graham scampering into the Sunderland half to feed the ball to Declan Rice, who just gets bumped away from goal and towards halfway a little.
Okay, let's calm down now. Let's calm down now.
Gabriel has stayed
This is
forward,
football,
just
you know what I'm
trotting his
saying?
way across the edge of the penalty area.
Let's
now.
go,
As
Arsenal.
Madueke picks up possession, just in turning with two for company as well. Can he find a way
No,
out?
Madueke is decent, bro. He deserves to be in this jersey. For real.
Timber.
I mean, he has a decent play time.
To release Zubamendi. He looks to put in a low ball to the front post, and he
Oh, offside.
back his way as well. In comes another cross, and it's Ballard who
He's
knocks
not-
it down to find Robbie. And guess who's all over the back of him? William Saliba. He manages to find Robbie out in Sunderland now.
He's not offside.
To work something here. Played up the line to find Diarra, who manages to
Don't,
flick it away
man,
from
that's a
Saliba, who's
yellow
gonna be in
card,
trouble
bro.
here.
Saliba, it's too early in the game.
To produce a yellow card.
Well, it's great play from Sunderland, really. They were
What do
massively
you
under
mean?
pressure right
Let him go, bro.
being in their own box, but just got the passes off.
His
got
Diarra
control,
is not
fed it up
fast,
the
he's
line,
not
and
backing.
It's a problem for Saliba, this one. I mean, he's in such a battle with Brian Robbie. He's now on a yellow card. He's maybe just got to adapt how tight he gets from now on, because he can't afford to pull him down.
You can't afford to pull him down at that spot, bro. At that
Starts in
spot.
September in the win on Monday
It's not
night against
Mbappe.
Burnley. Returned as a substitute in. It was a really disappointing defeat for Sunderland. Previous away game at West Ham, perhaps their poorest performance of the season, really tepid display, and they found themselves 3-0 down at half-time. First game, of course, without Granit Xhaka. Trey Hume whips in the free kick, testing delivery, ball bouncing around. Gabriel comes out and claims, but they're posing problems from those situations, Matt.
That's a great kick for Raya as well.
Distribution is
Raya.
such a good part of the Grey's game. Mikel Arteta has said that it's changed the way that Arsenal can play. Bit of a battle over on the far side, and it's a decision which
Come
goes
on,
Sunderland to
against
win.
Arsenal, really?
That's great cover from Reinildo. But a great spot from him to release that ball. The accuracy, nearly putting Trossard in. Here's the set play. Sunderland have put some good balls into the box. They win the first contact, Arsenal. And then
Let's
Zubamendi's
go.
really alive to the second. But that's great distribution. Really put Sunderland on the back foot from an attacking situation.
Raya made a clean pass. Such a clean pass, bro.
Allardyce
Let's
who
go,
finds
let's
himself
go.
crowded out, and Sunderland able to deal with the pressure once again. They've got to play it down right now, and the game is going to have to be paused here by Sam Barrett. Yeah, it's just a left elbow. Catches the fade right in the side of the chin, but he's just jumping, protecting himself as you'd expect a player to jump, really. I don't think there's any kind of movement of the elbow into his face. It's just an unfortunate connection.
It's a natural movement of the arm, isn't it?
I mean, he does play like that, and I see him catch people a lot.
A.M.F, let's go, let's go.
Certainly sharpens
It wasn't
the arm
intentional,
for a game
you know.
sometimes. And,
When you jump, your
can
elbow
lead
is
into
expected to
challenges with
rise
that
as
arm, but I
well.
think that one perfectly understandable where his arms are.
Let's go,
It's just taking the opportunity to take on board some fluid and get some instruction as well down below us. Return today to the Emirates.
Whoa,
Granit Xhaka.
I see Granit Xhaka in the
Arsenal
bench.
captain. It wasn't always plain sailing for him here, of course, but my word has
Let's
he
go,
been
Arsenal.
a wonderful signing that Sunderland made in the summer, and just braces
Arsenal.
students Mikel Arteta that should he choose to do so, they feel he could go on to be a very good manager as well.
Yo, I want to see the Arsenal game, not Granit Xhaka, bro.
Things around as well as what he did.
I mean, kudos to him, like, yo, much love, respect. Well, can we move on to the game, cameraman? What are you saying?
To come back from that and go on to play the matches he has in his career is just testament to
About
him.
30 minutes into the game.
In an interview before the reverse fixture, he still remembers the look in the eyes of some of the Arsenal fans. I think it was Crystal Palace that game when he walked off.
Dark times for him, really dark times for him. And to
Let's
come
go,
back and still
Arsenal.
be a success story at this club and on further clubs that he's gone and played at, you know, good on him.
That magnificent Bayer Leverkusen team, and he'll be representing Switzerland, all being well, in the Summer World Cup at the 7th major.
Boom!
This is going to fly, and he wasn't too far away. Well, we've seen him hit some worldies before.
Declan Rice.
He took it upon himself to have a go there.
I'm keen to see how close this was. I thought it was in from my position. He strikes it beautifully. Fizzes past the upright. This is a great angle.
Oh,
Not far.
almost
3
with the
inches
goal,
maybe.
bro.
And it was on. Just that little bit of space. It was right there. Sunderland didn't get out quick enough, and he nearly took advantage.
Here, the crowd here who have just seen the replay on the big screens.
Arsenal.
Five attempts.
Arsenal.
So far for us, and they haven't hit the target yet.
Three.
Watching on here to a big blow for Arsenal. And
Declan Rice.
he's going to be out for
He's cooking.
perhaps the rest of the season.
Another free kick for Sunderland.
Picked up.
Yo, Arsenal, I'm not liking this, I'm not gonna
In
lie.
a really promising position here.
It's unfortunate that the yellow card had to come out there. Arms are on the player.
Why are you
It's
moving
clumsy
them back,
from
bro?
behind, hold him. And it's yellow cards given for that.
Like, brother, play
Any
football.
punishment there, Ricardo Calafiori, apart from the awarding of a free kick, and it's another situation in which Sunderland can cause some concern.
Let's go,
here.
Arsenal.
They've certainly done that from such scenarios through the opening half an hour of this game.
They've probably been the bigger threat from the set plays, you'd say, Sunderland, in terms of these kind of positions and balls into the box. They're really asking big questions of Arsenal, how they defend this.
Now it's Sunderland's turn to just take their time over such a situation and just build up a bit of suspense and anticipation.
I was looking for Arsenal right now.
Sent in by Trey Hume, it's flicked away.
It's looking good.
Kieli.
Not yet, but it's looking
Just took
good.
a nick on its way into the penalty area.
Can you play that ball away, please? Yeah,
Now
free kick
to
for Arsenal.
possession, but the free kick given away.
Move your
Challenge
head.
on Timber.
He's been everywhere. Lafay getting after the ball, he's covering the wide players, he's in the middle.
Ball taking to the...
Really covering a lot of ground so far.
Pretty good job so far, Sunderland.
Man, we are going to need Martinelli in this game.
Trossard looks to cross and it's
Yo, we need players with fast leg and a bit of sense.
from these situations.
You
He's got
know,
the beating of Hugh on the outside, the Andrew Trossard. He's done it 2 or 3 times already. He just slows him down,
looks like he could go
I
inside.
think this is Arsenal's third
On the
corner.
outside on his
Yeah.
left foot. Worst case scenario, he wins a corner.
Been talking, weren't we, about Trossard before the game. Most of them got goal involvements for Arsenal this season, but it's the defensive work that he's put in as well that's seen him become a more prominent player than Mikel Arteta. Most of the players begin at the
What are you
ball,
saying, my
as
boy?
is often the way. The movement towards his right, sends one in, high delivery, punched by Roofs with no real distance on it, fired towards goal by Trossard, claims for a handball.
It was straight into Madueke, wasn't it? That looked like a good volley as well from Trossard. Caught it really clean.
Flush connection from Leandro Trossard, but stopped on its way to goal by
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Madueke.
Come on, you Gunners.
Possession once again. Swept out to find Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel waiting in the middle. Jesus just curls one towards goal. Robin Roos had to make sure that that one didn't get away from him.
Let's go, Arsenal.
From the Sunderland keeper, very rarely
Arsenal.
do you see him make a mistake in these situations. Tough one, it bounces right in front of him.
Arsenal. Arsenal.
We said in the week after reaching the Carabao Cup final that it was the best vitamins they could put into their bodies. And that we've worked so hard to achieve moments like that. The magical, the joy, the smile, the energy and everything that was going on inside this stadium on Tuesday night. Possession turned over, but it's a bit too far in front of Havertz.
Just hasn't quite been right going forwards yet, has it, from
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Let's go.
Got into any rhythm where they're suffocating Sunderland, pinning them in. A few misplaced passes.
Just under 2 minutes
Madueke,
until half time, and
you should be going that way, bro.
the visiting side.
Head that way, my nigga. Right there in the middle.
It's the kind of game
Yeah.
that we expected it to be here this Saturday.
Yo!
Into a bit of trouble and the pressure from Robbie.
We made this silly mistake last week. Just last week we made this silly mistake.
Distribution so often right on that one. Swings all the way through to Robin Roos.
Sunderland going all the way in, being brave, really brave. Pressing high, not allowing David Raya the option to get a pass off in and around the 18-yard
10
box.
minutes
Play
to
out.
end of first half.
Again, another indicator
And it's
that
still no.
this Sunderland team has settled into this game nicely.
I mean, by now I thought Arsenal would have a goal too. You know what I'm saying?
Best version of themselves here today. To the Emirates with the underdog.
Nice game, Jorginho.
Strong on their key pillars.
So off it at the moment, aren't they?
Been really impressive so far. Some teams are playing at a huge level, outstanding so far this season. Tough challenge for us, an exciting challenge, and of course they revelled in the challenge at the Stadium of Light 3 months ago. The interesting words from him as well, and he said that you have to go and try and get results and believe that you can get results against the top sides because there are points to be picked up. You can't just set up your season thinking that you can get your points against the teams in the bottom half, and they've shown that with win at Chelsea, draw at Anfield, draw against Arsenal at the Stadium of Light.
Let's go, Arsenal.
I think they really do have that physicality and collectors, yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Really helps to have that here. We've shown that in every instance of this game so far. Certainly with defending set plays and attacking them.
Oh my god. Not another free kick, you know?
Set piece team, Sunderland, particularly defensively. Free kick coming, Sunderland, moving Gabriel Jesus to his feet.
that a corner? Yeah. Sunderland's first corner. Let's see what they make of it.
For the visitors, so can they make the most of it?
I mean, it will be a ton of events if they score from corner kick.
In the Premier League.
That's Arsenal's M.O for the season.
Body on the near post for Sunderland inside the penalty area. As the corner comes in, and Gray gets knocked out of his stride again.
Good goalkeeping, Raya. That's good goalkeeping, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. Nah.
3, 4, 5 attempts to grab
Yeah, man,
the
you
ball.
deserve a yellow card for that.
Clear foul right in front
I
of
will
the
give you a
referee.
yellow card any day,
It just shows you
anytime.
the mentality of him knowing the quality of distribution is so good. He's got to disrupt it. And
Yo, I can't wait for my boy Prasad to be in the mood. When we are 1-0 up, you know what I'm saying? We really need a goal for the first half, you know.
Sunderland all the way 4 players back really high up, making Arsenal kick it long.
Robbie with the challenge, and he
Don't hold him.
ball as well. Now Chubby play is going to be pulled back though. Watching Supermendi down on the turf.
Zubimendi down.
Just a clash of
Referee, man down.
Robbie just lands on the top of Zubimendi.
Another yellow card. Good.
Shown a yellow card, Brian Robbie. Right from behind, catching the shin of Supermendi.
Yeah, I mean, it does catch the shin. It's a little bit high. I think it's harsh for a yellow card.
Reporting
Because of
foot.
the
Nah, bro.
contact point.
That's not football.
They're both just going for the ball. It's a bouncy ball. It's a tough one to judge.
Well, if you ask me,
Intention there at all from Robbie, but he does catch Supermendi.
I think Saliba has got to lead the game.
VAR have just done what they
He's
always
being
do,
lanky
also
and he's
just
gonna get
skip
another
through the
card.
angles, and they've confirmed that they feel
One way or
that
another,
a
man.
yellow card is the correct decision.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty obvious outcome for me, isn't it? Never anywhere near reaching a red card at all.
Mister, please give me a goal. Give me a goal, please. Give me a goal. I need to smile for them 8 hours, you know. Let Man City know that we are coming for the crown as well.
300 days now in
This
London.
season, not next.
It really does.
Not the next after the next, you know.
Supermendi clips
This
one up
season.
towards the edge of the box, and he's going to skip through to Robin Roofs.
Man, whoever advised Arteta to start Gabriel Jesus in this game,
These
got
are the
it
games
wrong.
where you got to
For
find
real.
something. You got to find a spot. Arsenal playing.
I don't think Jesus should be starting
This year they've had a game.
for
You've now
Arsenal.
mentally got to find some
don't
piece of
think so.
creativity to break
He's a
this
good
up.
super sub,
That's the
you know.
challenge.
Come in,
Arsenal
78 minutes, 88 minutes,
There to
cool.
be dogged and
We're starting the
determined to
game.
frustrate
Yeah, man.
Arsenal, and the plan is working so far this afternoon. Trossard.
So, this something, bro.
The strike from the edge of the
Go! Zubimendi! That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Arsenal find a way. There was a central striker as well.
Arsenal. Arsenal.
His 5th Premier League goal of the
That's a big goal.
Jeez.
Huge
That
goal.
keeper has got no chance, bro. No chance.
It was proving very challenging. Instead of
Boom.
finding something a little bit special, well, here it is. Lets the ball roll across
Wow.
the body, and that is such a controlled hit from Zubimendi. He doesn't just lash it.
Wow.
It's real control. And guiding that
What a
ball into the
goal.
near post is absolutely inch perfect. It had to be to beat a goalkeeper in the form of Roofs. Off
That's
the near
about
side
30
post.
meters away from the
Into the
goal.
far
I
corner.
promise
What a
you.
finish that is. Brilliant moment from Zubimendi.
magnificent technique
Go
from
Arsenal.
Martin Zubimendi as he fizzes it in off the post, out of the reach of Robin Roofs. And for Sunderland, who have done so much right in this first half, they now find themselves behind. Arsenal able to prize away in front here at the Emirates. Now seeking a seconding
Another one. Is that what you're telling me, bro? Second goal.
finish. He looks to go around Robin Roofs, Ballot in the
Penalty, Arsenal.
But now the offside flag goes up.
Yo, it's offside.
As if it would be
Jeez.
close. Sunderland have a
No,
reprieve.
I wish you could see this game, man.
Goes
Yo,
the assistance flag.
Jesus is dumb in the head.
I mean, here's a good.
This nigga, even though it wasn't offside, he preferred a penalty than to shoot at the goal pole.
But
He's finished, bro.
freeze frame, it does look like he's marginally offside.
Jesus
And
is
it does go a
finished.
bit wrong for Sunderland. I mean, Ballard there. That's a clumsy challenge, and the referee would have a big decision to make at that point. But I think the offside will get it out of jail.
It's a challenge of
Nah, Jesus is
desperation,
finished,
wasn't
man.
it?
Bro.
From Johan Ballard as it all untangled for Sunderland at the back.
Nah, man. You can't tell me that's the best you got, bro.
The game could have potentially been out of reach there for Sunderland had Gabriel Jesus
First,
stayed
you
on
were
side
in the
and
offside
reversed that
position.
situation, or the penalty have been awarded. Confirmation from Stockley Park that Gabriel Jesus had moved into ever so slightly an offside position.
Yeah, I mean, it's risky. It's right on the halfway line. I mean, they're literally playing with the halfway line. Reinildo comes all the way up. Lovely spot here from Havertz to see the run, but just that lean. And there you see the
Jesus.
automated
How?
pictures.
How?
That upper body torso, the lean is
How
just
did you
enough
get
from
in
the
an
foot of
offside position
Reinildo.
from there, bro? You're a professional player.
You can see Gabriel Jesus there, could be desperately slamming on.
Well, it's
the
1-0
staying
Arsenal.
in his own half, but this the moment which
Bravo.
will Arsenal into the lead. Fabulous strike.
To hit this first time across your body, it has to be controlled and measured. And the technique is absolutely superb. It really is. To get that kind of control,
Zubimendi.
really play from Sunderland.
That's a goal. C-O-I-G. C-O-I-G, my dude.
It
Arsenal.
did come after
Arsenal.
a period of pressure
Arsenal.
in the game.
Arsenal.
5 successive shots in the match
Arsenal.
coming from
Arsenal.
Arsenal before they made that
Arsenal.
breakthrough. Sunderland, you feel now,
That's
having
what I'm talking
done so
about.
well, just need to get to half time. No worse off than they find themselves now. 4 minutes are
That
going
big
to be
smile.
added at the end of this first half as Arsenal sense club here.
Arsenal.
Trying to fight the challenges, but play has been pulled back.
I mean, it isn't a game where Sunderland deserve to be behind at all in this match.
It's Barcelona 1.
They find themselves
Mallorca
after a bit of brilliance,
0.
but Lucky just giving away a free kick there, but
Arsenal.
I'm not sure that's a free kick from there. Both players with arms
Yeah,
out.
4 minutes at a time
To
to
the
the
ball
end
is what
of
you
the
want to
first
see.
half.
Lucky
Is
penalised
there
there.
another goal in this half?
Goal perhaps just makes the half-time team talk a touch easier for Mikel
see.
Arteta.
Let's go, Arsenal.
Arsenal on course to extend their lead at the top of the Premier League.
Robert Lewandowski scored for Barcelona. Barcelona is 1 goal up.
Title incredibly, invincibly in 2004. They will have to wait so long.
Nice
for
pass.
another
Nice pass,
Believers
Zubimendi.
to have their hands
Let's
on
go.
the trophy in a few months' time. Possession cheaply given
Not
away
this
by
same
Albion.
back pass, bro.
Robbie moves it on and now
Haven't you learned anything already?
streaming forwards, tight angle, always working against there, and it was a straightforward save for David Raya, who again gets Arsenal onto the front foot. Havertz being
Arsenal,
rolled
let's go,
forward
let's go,
by
let's
the
go.
Emirates crowd. 2 players ahead of him, but he's still advancing here. Havertz!
Oh, Kayava, I feel for you, man.
Well, Sunderland almost
Great
drifted
goal,
into
bro.
having a go. He took it on, but he couldn't
It would have been a
find the
great
target.
goal, no?
The reaction of Havertz tells me this is
That
close.
R2 from outside of the yard.
Opens up. I think he's
Nah.
bang on to take
The
it on.
quality of Arsenal players right
His
now.
wide stretches the defenders, and that is flashing past the far post.
Very small margin. Arsenal's got 9 attempts over 3 Sunderland's attempts.
This was a celebration from Martin Zubimendi after he got the opening goal, and you'll see him point up to the stands for one person in particular, his teammate Mikel Moreno, absent through injury, who smiles on Mikel Moreno, who admired
Arsenal is giving me joy.
He admired the celebration.
Arsenal is giving me joy.
As it was for
I
him.
can't believe
Nice
this.
touch, isn't it? A little indicator of the spirit at the club as well. Hugely important.
Let's
If
go,
you don't
Arsenal.
win a title, then Arsenal have certainly built that team spirit for sure. Mikel Arteta a big part of that.
And he was saying significantly to the success that
48
we've had
minutes.
this season. Miscue from
I don't know what is wrong with these defenders, bro.
Poor pass inside, and then that one, he's got to straighten himself out.
I swear. Jesus need to be out by the start of second half. Really.
Sensed that something was on there
Nah,
as he tried to
nah.
find the darting run
Nah.
of Kai Havertz.
I do not care for how much they are paying him, bro. He needs to be out by the start of second half.
A couple of goes from distance, and of course the way in which they got themselves in front today. Mikel Arteta was
He's
saying
just good.
yesterday that
He's not even very
surprised
good.
to see
At least to me.
increase in attempts at goal from outside the box. He likened it to basketball in the way in which you now see more three-pointers
Another
being
corner.
attempted. As the teams in the Premier League keep things tight inside the box. Sunderland have a corner.
Almost the end of the first half.
Yeah, it's just an example.
Sunderland has a corner.
He brings. I mean,
What are you saying?
but it's effective what he's done. They use his strength.
Are we seeing another goal in this first half?
His team a corner.
At least it should be Arsenal. You know what I'm saying?
Arsenal know all about him as well. The equalising goal that he got when the two sides went head to head 3
getting
months
ruled
ago. So
out.
a chance for Sunderland here. Very
I need
late
to
in
get
the
this
half.
down
They
now.
worked it short to trade you. Deep cross towards the back post. Offside flag has gone up over on the far side.
And he just got the wrong side there of the Arsenal defender. Have a look at Mukiel here. I think it's Tubamendi with him, and he's got his back to the ball, been spun the wrong way. It's not the best piece of defending, but
Arsenal.
in doing that,
Arsenal.
he does put
Arsenal.
Mukiel offside.
Arsenal. Arsenal.
The ball slightly
Arsenal.
ahead of him, but they're dangerous from set plays. They can easily go wrong for Arsenal.
Let's go.
Players were very slowly
Half-time
making their way
again.
onto the pitch because that was
Arsenal
being
won,
checked
Sunderland
by
nil.
VAR, and there was a host of Sunderland players around the referee, but it is Martin Zubamendi's goal which separates the two sides here at half-time. You can see the Sunderland players making their point to Sam Barrett, but the whistle blown and the players heading down the tunnel. Half-time score, Arsenal 1, Sunderland 0.
Clean sheet for Arsenal in this game. Put your money on me. Because I said so.
Zubamendi benar-benar seorang gelandang yang sangat berbahaya. Dia bisa memecah kebuntuan Arsenal untuk membawa Arsenal sukses membuka keunggulan 1-0, dan kita akan menyaksikan first half analysis saat lagi.
Jarum super kretek. Ini kreteknya super.
Mau voucher belanja 25 juta setiap bulan? Langganan Shopee VIP. Nikmati gratis ongkir instan tanpa batas. Diskon 20% setiap hari. Dan dapatkan gratis 3 bulan ChatGPT Go. Langganan Shopee VIP sekarang.
Taste the coolest flavors. LA Ice.
Inilah dia pertandingan suami melawan saya, istrinya. Suami tertinggal 1 poin karena telat bangun. Dan di sirkuit jalanan perkotaan, suami melaju kencang dan finish. What a move! Manuver brilian dengan berbahasa-basi tentang F1 membujuk klien yang rumit dan pit stop tepat waktu. Pertandingan berlanjut. Dari sisi teknis, bisakah istri mengejar ketertinggalan? 1, 2, 3, dan easy game. Dari tenis sampai garis finish, video hadir melalui tayangan olahraga terlengkap. Video lebih jadi hiburan.
New Jarum super kretek. Ini kreteknya super.
When these sides collide, it is always terrific.
New Jarum super kretek. Ini kreteknya super.
Ya pemirsa, Zubamendi akhirnya membuka gol dengan apik di menit ke-14.
42. Arsenal mengungguli sementara untuk half time malam hari ini. Bagaimana Danes melihat performa Arsenal yang cukup apik di babak pertama?
Tapi Arsenal sebetulnya sempat mengalami kebuntuan ya, karena kalau kita melihat bagaimana Arsenal ini total shot on goal-nya masih terlalu sedikit karena baru ada 2 shot on goal yang bisa mereka ciptakan dan salah satunya berbuah gol melalui Zubimendi. Dan akhirnya kita bisa melihat ya bagaimana Zubimendi ini adalah seorang rekrutan yang betul-betul penting bagi Arsenal, karena second line shot-nya kita sudah bisa melihat bagaimana dia tadi cukup dingin untuk bisa membobol gawang Sunderland.
Iya, dan Nes dan juga pemirsa, sementara kita akan melihat untuk highlight pertandingan di babak pertama ini.
Ya, dan kita bisa melihat Arsenal cukup sulit untuk membongkar low block dari Arsenal, tapi semuanya berubah ketika Zubimendi mampu mencetak gol. Ini membuat permainan dari Sunderland cukup terbuka. Tapi kita lihat ya bagaimana untuk Broby ini adalah striker yang cukup berbahaya, tapi William Saliba terus mengikuti pergerakan Broby yang membuat dia juga cukup sulit untuk mampu memberikan ancaman ke gawang Arsenal.
Ya, kalau kita lihat Arsenal tampak lebih agresif di fase akhir babak pertama, dan kita lihat juga fokus pada penetrasi lewat sayap dan kombinasi cepat terbukti bisa melesaikan gol di babak pertama ini ya Danes.
Iya, Trossard bermain dengan cukup baik dan dia membuat sebuah assist, dan juga kita lihat ya bagaimana mobilitas dari Noni Madueke ini begitu luar biasa. Beberapa kali dia mencoba melakukan crossing dan juga melakukan tusukan, dan ada beberapa terupas yang akhirnya memberikan situasi berbahaya ke gawang Sunderland.
Ya, dan kalau kita lihat dari sisi Sunderland terlihat lebih bertahan juga mengandalkan serangan balik, Danes.
Ya, ini kita bisa melihat juga ya bagaimana serangan dari sisi kiri, dan ada sebuah tendangan yang masih bisa dengan mudah diamankan oleh Roefs di situ. Dan tentu saja serangan-serangan Arsenal dari sisi flank ini memang begitu berbahaya, dan tentu saja ini menjadi salah satu senjata bagi mereka. Dan ini adalah umpan yang sangat baik dari Trossard dan mampu dimaksimalkan oleh Zubimendi melalui sebuah tendangan first time yang begitu baik ke arah tiang dekat. Dan tentu saja sulit untuk bisa dibendung Roefs. Tadi sempat membentur tiang, tapi kita lihat pantulannya langsung masuk dan membuat Arsenal unggul 1-0.
Iya. Dan juga pemirsa, sementara kita lihat untuk statistik di babak pertama ini, kalau kita lihat position ball sebenarnya masih diungguli oleh Sunderland, tapi Arsenal mampu membuktikan ada satu peluang ataupun juga satu gol yang didapatkan oleh Arsenal di malam hari ini.
Ya, tapi untuk menciptakan peluang kita bisa melihat Arsenal lebih banyak ini karena Arsenal bermain dengan cepat, tidak banyak-banyak ya untuk memegang bola, intinya langsung untuk mengirim bola ke depan dan memberikan ancaman ke gawang Sunderland, dan itu akhirnya berbuah di akhir-akhir babak yang pertama.
Ya, dan Nes dan juga pemirsa, sementara itu kita akan lihat untuk proses gol yang telah dicetak oleh Zubimendi di menit ke-42 ini.
Ini kita lihat ya bagaimana pressing dari Arsenal yang akhirnya membuat mereka mampu merebut bola, lalu bola dikirim ke sisi kiri di mana ada Trossard di sana, dan kita bisa melihat Trossard yang melihat Zubimendi cukup terbebas di sana, dan akhirnya Zubimendi bisa menuntaskan karena tidak ada satupun pemain yang melakukan pressing terhadapnya.
Ya, dan kalau kita bisa lihat juga ini adalah gol satu-satu yang dicetak oleh Zubimendi di menit 42 yang merupakan hasil dari skema menyerang Arsenal yang tentunya lebih efisien ya, Danes, di babak pertama ini.
Ya, dan ini tentu saja menjadi salah satu catatan ya bagi tim-tim yang menghadapi Arsenal, jangan sampai membuat Zubimendi berada dalam posisi terbebas, karena bagaimanapun tendangan dari luar kotak penalti yang kerap dilakukan oleh Zubimendi ini mampu berbuah gol.
Ya, Danes dan juga pemirsa, kita akan melihat juga untuk London match yang telah berlangsung di kick off jam 10 tadi, dan inilah dia untuk beberapa match yang telah berlangsung. Danes dan juga pemirsa, ada Bournemouth melawan Aston Villa.
Halftime Aston Villa, Bournemouth nil, Aston Villa won.
Akan menjadi kemenangan penting bagi mereka jika mampu mempertahankan keunggulan ini, karena untuk sementara kalau kita lihat di live classification mereka ada di posisi 2 sekarang. Memang belum dikunci karena pertandingan belum selesai, tapi kita lihat bagaimana Morgan Rogers bisa memanfaatkan sebuah terupas yang sangat baik dari Jadon Sancho untuk bisa membobol gawang lawan.
Ya, pemirsa dan juga Danes, inilah dia untuk peluang-peluang gol yang telah berlangsung.
Burnley
dari pertandingan
West Ham United 2
masih diungguli sementara oleh West Ham United.
Ya, dan kita lihat bagaimana West Ham United sudah mampu mencetak 2 gol di babak yang pertama ini melalui Summerfield dan Castellanos. Dan tentu saja untuk West Ham pada pertandingan ini mereka memang cukup diunggulkan. Namun tentu saja mereka harus
Fulham won, Everton nil
mereka adalah dua
at
tim yang
halftime.
sedang bersaing di zona degradasi juga.
Ya, inilah dia untuk tadi ada gol bunuh diri
Oke.
dari Nikolenko dari Fulham tentunya. Inilah dia Dadas.
Ya betul, ada Fulham yang mampu mampu unggul karena Miolenko sayang sekali harus mencetak gol bunuh diri, sedangkan untuk Chelsea mereka mampu unggul 3-0 menghadapi Wolverhampton yang bisa dibilang di musim ini sangat kesulitan. Dan kita juga tahu bagaimana Wolverhampton untuk sementara masih berada di bawah 10 poin atau tepatnya 8 poin. Dan tadi ada gol dari Cole Palmer yang 2 gol dari titik putih dan kita lihat ya bagaimana untuk Cole Palmer sendiri memang terus bisa menjadi andalan bagi Chelsea untuk bisa mencetak gol dan bahkan
Wolverhampton nil, Chelsea 3 at halftime.
dingin penyelesaian dari Cole Palmer tadi.
Ya pemirsa dan juga Dadas,
Chelsea
inilah
is
dia
on
untuk
fire,
hasil
by the way.
babak pertama dari beberapa pertandingan yang telah berlangsung di malam hari ini.
Ya, kita lihat bagaimana Arsenal bisa mengungguli Sunderland setelah sempat mengalami kebuntuan yang cukup ini ya bisa dibilang cukup menyulitkan Arsenal. Untungnya ada Zubimendi tadi yang mampu untuk memecah kebuntuan tersebut dan membuat Arsenal kali ini unggul menghadapi Sunderland di babak yang pertama.
Iya, dan kalau kita lihat Arsenal unggul dan juga mendominasi di babak pertama baik dari segi penguasaan bola maupun inisiatif dari menyerang. Apakah hal ini akan membuka peluang yang lebih lagi untuk Arsenal di babak kedua ini?
Dan kita kalau melihat statistik dari Arsenal ya, mereka itu cukup banyak mencetak gol pada menit-menit 45 sampai 60 atau fase awal babak kedua dan juga akhir babak yang kedua di 15 menit terakhir. Ini adalah waktu di mana Arsenal paling banyak mencetak gol karena dari seluruh gol yang diciptakan Arsenal musim ini 29% di antaranya itu tercipta pada 15 menit terakhir babak yang kedua.
Ya, Danes dan juga pemirsa, kita akan kembali mengalis pertandingan yang telah berlangsung di babak pertama dan juga kita akan membahas untuk mengalis pertandingan yang akan segera berlangsung di babak kedua. Untuk itu, jangan kemana-mana, tetaplah bersama kami di Premier League Match Week ke-20.
Mau voucher belanja 25 juta setiap bulan? Langganan Shopee VIP. Nikmati gratis ongkir instan tanpa batas. Diskon 20% setiap hari. Dan dapatkan gratis 3 bulan ChatGPT Go. Langganan Shopee VIP sekarang.
Kalian berdua istirahat aja. Biar gue yang lanjutin. Bapak!
Lo pernah lihat nggak orang itu satu kali? Saya pernah lihat Bojo pakai ibu. Al Bojo dibayar $2 bawa Bojo.
Teman-teman, saya
Premier League match week ke-25. Sesaat lagi kita akan melihat babak kedua antara Arsenal melawan Sunderland. Sementara itu kita akan membahas kembali untuk analisis pertandingan yang akan segera berlangsung. Belum ada satupun Danes gol yang didapatkan oleh Sunderland di babak pertama. Kira-kira apa yang harus dilakukan dari sisi Sunderland, Danes, untuk
kita lihat untuk Sunderland sendiri memiliki beberapa pemain yang bisa menjadi pembeda dari bangku cadangan. Mereka memiliki Wilson Isidore misalnya yang sudah mencetak 4 gol selama menjadi pemain pengganti. Lalu jangan lupa mereka ada Chris Rick dan juga Eliezer Mayenda. Ini mereka adalah 2 pemain pengatur tempo yang pastinya ketika dipercaya itu mampu untuk mengubah permainan dari Sunderland.
Iya, dan kalau kita lihat Arsenal cukup mendominasi di babak pertama tadi. Apakah nanti akan lebih banyak lagi terbuka untuk peluang dari Arsenal, Danes?
Ya pastinya ya, karena Arsenal tentu saja ini adalah tim yang cukup agresif, tim yang bermain dengan sangat fluid. Belum lagi Arsenal belum menurunkan Eberechi Eze yang selalu tampil cukup baik saat dipercaya oleh Mikel Arteta. Dan kita akan melihat juga ya apakah nanti Gyökeres akan bermain, apalagi Gyökeres masih disimpan oleh Mikel Arteta. Mungkin karena Gyökeres cukup kelelahan ya setelah membela Arsenal di Carabao Cup, dan tentu saja Gyökeres ini adalah pemain yang nggak boleh sangat penting karena selain dia sebetulnya dia adalah elite finisher, dia cukup rajin menjemput bola ke belakang, dan ketika bermain melebar ini kerap memberikan teror juga bagi lawan-lawan Arsenal.
Ya, Danes dan juga pemirsa bisa kita lihat kedua tim telah memasuki lapangan hijau untuk bersiap-siap di babak kedua ini. Dan kita lihat Gyökeres masih belum diturunkan seperti ya, Danes, ya, di babak kedua.
Ya, dan kita bisa melihat ya, tampaknya belum ada pergantian pemain yang dilakukan oleh Arsenal, tapi kita akan lihat lagi tentu saja, dan pastinya Arsenal masih sangat diunggulkan untuk bisa memenangi laga ini untuk memantapkan posisi mereka di puncak klasemen English Premier League.
Ya, Danes dan juga pemirsa, sepertinya kedua tim telah bersiap untuk melaju di babak kedua ini. Untuk itu kami mengucapkan dari studio, selamat menyaksikan.
Find something here in the second half. So Arsenal on course right now to extend their lead at the top of the Premier League to 9 points and throw down the gauntlet to Manchester City, who have that tough test of it where they've struggled under Pep Guardiola at Anfield. That all to come tomorrow here at the Emirates. Sunderland looking to find a way back into this game. They have struggled on the road this season. Certainly worth pointing out as we get back underway. Sunderland have picked up 16 points from losing positions this season. It is the second best record in the Premier League. Here's Talby. And you feel that Sunderland, who have such a deep belief in the way that they set up, won't have been knocked out of their stride too much from that Zubamendi goal. They know they have plenty of time to work with here. Declan Rice steps across to win possession back for Arsenal. And Trossard.
That's what Declan Rice does best, isn't it? Read the play, step across, take the ball, and then drive up the pitch with it. When he gets his
going,
it opens those legs up. Very hard player to catch.
Arsenal.
To tweak things a touch today, Arsenal, because of the injury to Martin Odegaard, which means got with this double in midfielder Price and Zubamendi. Sometimes 4-3-3 with Odegaard involved, sometimes 4-2-3-1.
Yeah. I think it shifts in game as well, doesn't it? Rice has the licence to maraud forwards, doesn't it? Zubamendi generally is that main holding midfield player.
Calafiora, a few shaky moments at the end of the first half. Press comes in from Kai Havertz, who attempted just 4 passes in the first half of the game, but of course his role involves much more than that in the Mikel Arteta game plan. To occupy players and free up room for others, as well as making those darting runs, and one of those now happening.
Let's go, Arsenal.
Okay, here's Havertz, who's looking to check back out and find Timber. Saliba gets underneath his cross, met by Trossard, and was in the plan in his head.
It's a volley first time. The ball from Saliba wasn't as he had intended, far too much height on it. I wonder what that chat was at half-time. Does he try and be cautious and see this out, or does he really push on,
Mikel Arteta.
get the crowd going, try and push Sunderland back? As a player,
Let's
I
go,
always
Arsenal.
prefer that. Play as if it's 0-0 still, and just, you know, in that normal rhythm. Don't try and be too cautious or pragmatic when you're holding on to a lead.
Sunderland, if we flip it the other way, are they thinking here, just make sure you're in the game with 15-20 minutes to go, and then we can try and have a bit of a siege on the Arsenal goal and try and take something from the day?
I'll be relatively happy with an away performance, how it's gone so far. Done much wrong, Sunderland.
Zubamendi coming from outside the penalty area. There wasn't really any gap for him, but he managed to smuggle it in with the help of the near post as Trossard looks at bring this one under control. Ballard takes control of the situation and pushes a really useful ball forwards. Kieli into Brian Brobby. Shots of goal for Sunderland in the first half. Very seldom indeed their best threats perhaps coming from dead ball situations. Kieli sweeps in across, which is
Come on, Arsenal, let's go.
knocked away by Gabriel.
Goal number 2. On the way.
Diarra into Trey Hugh. Looking to turn, knew he had to move it on quickly. Here's Siddiqui. Strike comes in, first time clawed out by David Raya.
What a save.
Pushing down low to his left.
It's miles back from Sunderland in open play. They've looked to get the ball into Robbie that time and nearly created a goal-scoring opportunity.
Nah. Arsenal needs to turn this up now.
Swung in, it just
It's about time.
Brian Brobby.
He didn't really throw himself at that, Robbie. What a delivery. David Raya with a smile on his face, but he wouldn't have been smiling if Robbie got a connection on the end of that cross. There's a layoff there, lovely one touch into Siddiqui, working into the box, and I think that's the one criticism of Sunderland, is the lack of this kind of play in open play. Like you said, they've had the dead ball situations, but they haven't worked Arsenal enough in those situations.
Thank God for Raya,
It's a
man.
good example of that from Sunderland.
Talby scored a beauty on Monday night, and he was happy to have a go from range there to work David Raya. It wasn't an easy save for the Arsenal goalkeeper, and it would just give some encouragement, perhaps embolden Sunderland here. Reeves sweeps it long, looking to drop one in behind, and an awkward moment here for Raya. Comes out of his box. It was a ball placed into a perfect area.
Bro,
Now
after
Trey
defense
Hughes
is not looking good today, bro.
The challenge comes in from Gabriel, but this a good few moments for Sunderland here.
What's all these loopholes?
Well, Arsenal on the back foot. And I think Talby could have really maybe gone for that ball a little. I don't know whether he had David Raya in one eye and Robbie in the other, and Sleeman just thought, oh, not too sure. Talby looked favoured for that for a moment.
Such difficult moments, aren't they, when you just see the goalkeeper and the defenders getting closer to each other. You can feel the crowd wincing, knowing that there might be a mistake about to happen.
Well, from Talby's position, you know they're coming full tilt. If you can't get there first, then you can end up in a major collision.
The Arsenal fans trying to just help their side through this difficult passage at the start of the second half. Arteta said they did just that here on Tuesday night as Chelsea started eventually to have a go in that Carabao Cup semi-final second leg.
Arsenal. Let's go, gang. No more walking about.
Zubamendi.
Go for goal, bro.
Fiore's really tucked into a central position here. Trossard tucked to the touchline on this near side, but Arsenal walking down the right-hand side again. Madueke charging forwards. Ronaldo read the situation well.
Chad.
Steps in to intervene.
So you want everything.
Saliba gets there first into Zubamendi. This was looking to put Jesus away.
Wow.
And Robbie back to goal. It's pretty been the case all the way through the afternoon. Unable to hold on to possession.
The pressure of Gabriel there just bumps the ball into midfield, and Calafiori read it really well.
Just gets away from Kai Havertz, and referee allowing the game to go on here. Here's Trossard trying to just force his way through. Havertz with the attempt puts it some way wide in the end, and a hundred of Sunderland players around the referee feeling that they should have had a free kick in there.
Well, I felt like the referee was spot on there, personally. Lafay's looking for the foul from the referee, and it just doesn't come. Arsenal continue, Havertz gets the shot off, but this is the moment, the touch from Havertz, and as it comes in there, that's not a tackle from Calafiori, and the referee's absolutely spot on to play on there. This is that earlier moment with the long ball, where I feel Talby, good to see it from this angle, he could just cut across there, but he has that one eye on David Raya, who's coming out fully. I understand why he does pull out. You're going to get absolutely clattered. Sunderland just testing Arsenal at the start of this second half.
He was aware there, wasn't he, that David Raya was coming out full steam.
I mean, I'm okay with 2 goals. 2 goals,
You just stuck your head
I'm
in
good.
there. You don't see too many wingers wanting to jump in between the goalkeeper and an oncoming centre forward. But it was 50-50 for a moment.
That's where you want to see the big bustling centre forward mistake from Alderete. Gives Arsenal a throw-in deep in Sunderland territory. I have to say, there's a fantastic atmosphere right now inside the Emirates. Arsenal fans thirsting for a second goal that would give them much more comfort in the afternoon as Declan Rice prepares to hurl this one into the Sunderland box. Really as far as Trossard chips one towards goal. Lofted forwards and Talby on the chase
Trossard
here.
is such a
Just
cheeky
as he's
player, bro.
blocked off.
Cheeky. Yeah, what are you saying, Charles? It's Arsenal 1, Sunderland 0. Welcome on board. Open your mouth. Come on, Arsenal. Second goal, please.
Winning the league title, sometimes you win games in style, sometimes you have to ground them out, and it feels like a grinded out kind of afternoon for Arsenal here
I mean,
today.
I would like more than 2 goals, but
Like many are.
I'll be okay
To be
with 2
honest,
goals.
that's the style. See some really good football, good movement. They've got top quality in the team, but they're happy to just grind games when they need it.
1 goal is just
Not been as fluid and
not
silky
too
as
far
what
away
you
from
maybe expect from a
no.
top of the table team. But real moment of quality from Zubimendi and some other good football, but then
Come
they
on,
will
Arsenal.
play percentages.
Served them so well. 6 points clear at the top coming into this Premier League weekend.
Man. You lot are losing the ball way too much, bro.
Manages to touch it down the touchline, and now Diarra in possession. Spots the opportunity to pop it into Brian Brobby, and now the bodies can get around the Sunderland forward, and they work it well. Brushed out to find Talby. Work his way through the challenges. Trossard clearly bumped on the edge of the area. Arsenal free kick.
Come on, Arsenal. Come on,
The Sunderland
Arsenal.
bench this afternoon. Wilson and Gulo. Interesting, intriguing signing. His signing was actually confirmed during the game against Burnley on Monday, which fell upon deadline day. 15-goal involvement
You're not Messi, bro.
Anderlecht this season, and you think it might not be too long before we see it introduced here this afternoon.
It's no surprise for me either that they've looked better in open play. Both occasions they're getting the ball into Brobbey with his back to goal. And they didn't do that in the first half anyway, near enough Sunderland. When they've done it in this second half,
Remember to
they
subscribe
create
and like,
opportunities
share
in
to
and around
your
the
friends.
Arsenal box.
This is a watch along party.
Can they find a way level here in this second half?
Let's party together as Arsenal win
It's
Sunderland
really poised still. You can feel it in the ground. I mean,
in game
I know
25
Arsenal are in a great position, but
of this season.
this game could just turn on its head.
10 attempts at goal.
I have a strong belief Arsenal is winning this.
4 from Sunderland.
league
They're just
this season.
starting maybe to bare their teeth a little more here.
Maybe I'm far too.
Take a look at the possession. This
Overrated,
might
no?
surprise you. Sunderland have
Maybe it's too early
so far this
to say
afternoon.
that, but
I just felt that way at times.
I feel strongly about
Really
this season.
controlled it. Really well
It's
to
been
be
a long time coming,
against
you know?
Arsenal.
Odegaard.
This afternoon, but having to watch on. Arsenal hoping that it will just be a couple of weeks in which they will be
See you
without
right
his
here.
services. Sunderland.
Is that second goal?
Havertz. Very tight towards the corner flag, and he's inside a throw in here.
Arsenal is having a joke right now. I don't think they want to score. They are having fun. My boys are having fun, you know.
Here for Arsenal. Martinelli.
Who's coming in? Martinelli. Let's go, Arsenal.
Joining him as well.
Yeah, man. I mean, I would choose Martinelli over Gabriel Jesus for the very start of the game. I don't know. Yeah, Madueke, yeah.
Replaces we approach the hour here at the Emirates.
Two players are coming in at the same time. Bravo, Mikel Arteta. Madueke and Gabriel Jesus should be out of this game since the beginning of the second half. If you ask me.
A little bit frustrated with that performance, Noni Madueke.
So the chat, guys.
From the Arsenal supporters.
Let me spoon you.
Gabriel Martinelli comes on. Jesus makes
This is a shame.
just a second Premier League
We
start.
complain about Gyökeres and the other top striker we have is Gabriel Jesus.
What a guarantee.
Who done this to Arsenal? Who done this?
Premier League games for the first time since coming to the club.
I don't even know which one is better now, Gyökeres or Gabriel Jesus. I don't even know which one is better.
4 of his 6 goals in the Premier League this season have come against newly promoted clubs.
But one thing for sure is,
To be honest,
I believe
opportunity
Jesus
to
is
have an
a
impact, and the two
strong
centre-backs,
super sub.
they're not that keen on running in.
He shouldn't be starting the game for
I think if
Arsenal,
you
you
just
know?
really try and stretch Sunderland, it'll help Arsenal see this game through.
I mean, if you don't agree with me, you could say something in the comment section, you know? Let's make this fun. Let me know why you feel different or why you agree with me if you do. It's up for debate.
Possession again with Mukiele. Superb from Bryce, wasn't it? Fiori's had a couple of moments in the game where he's just a bit sloppy with the ball. Bryce helping him out there.
Come on, Arsenal.
Sunderland are preparing a change. And below us as well, Mundle taking some instruction from the coaching staff. To admire what Regis Chris has done with Sunderland this season. So many new players coming in, but they're so well drilled, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's done a fantastic
Welcome
job.
into the chat.
Switch of play seeking Talby, but that one is going to skip out of play.
Have a bite.
lifting his side.
It's Arsenal 1, Sunderland 0.
The game this, you feel. He said he knew that this would be an extremely competitive game here today. Niall Quinn, watching on, of course, association with both clubs, having begun his career even at Arsenal. Long-time association, of course, with Sunderland, where he ended his playing career. It was always going to be here today, wasn't it?
62 minutes into the game.
Kevin Phillips' partnership at Sunderland. Big man and little man. Not easy to play against that.
The game actually started late, but as you can see, Arsenal is holding all the 3 points right now. It's just going to be a late drama, late goal. I wouldn't want that. If it's not in Arsenal's favor, nah, keep your drama, please. Arsenal, 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 Arsenal.
Just kicks one forward, seeking Diarra, who's under immense pressure from Saliba. Uses his body well. Just to pop one into Enzo Lefebvre. Really bright, imaginative play from him to fight. Intervention there to cut that.
Keep the ball out, gang.
Just nibbling away a touch too much. Free kick to Arsenal.
Free kick to Arsenal.
Well, just feeling a little bit edgy about this 1-0 situation for Arsenal. Such a key game for them to win. Sunderland, way more adventurous and creative with their plays. Half a yard offside, I think, if the ball does make it through. But
yes, gang.
the movements and bodies they're getting forward, they're really having a go in this second half to try and create something.
So the change made, Ronald Mundle into the action for Sunderland.
Substitution for Sunderland.
Now the player replaced, and Regis Fabrice's side, despite being behind, have kind of dragged the game to where they want it to be, haven't they? They've not conceded again. Now they're starting.
Let's go, Arsenal. Let's go.
Bit of threat.
Where's Martinelli, my boy?
Trossard has got Rice up alongside him. Rice in possession now. To the Mendy into Calafiori with Rice again. Arsenal players waiting at the back post. Mendy touches it on. Now Saliba across to Timber. Arsenal bodies now 6 inside the penalty area as Sunderland sit deep. Trossard.
Arsenal.
Into the box he goes.
Arsenal. 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 Arsenal.
To the edge of the box, it's cut out, but it's Rice back on the ball. For the Gunners once again. Trossard all the way through.
Arsenal.
That's right, the needle there. He got it through, but right.
Sunderland can't get out.
Second goal! Goal! You know what time is it? 2-0 2-0.
Have comfort in the scoreline and are well on course to going 9 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Goals in successive Premier League games for the first time for Victor Gyökeres, and they might just feel now that the job is already done here this afternoon.
2-0.
Well, it just felt like the slowest build-up ever. The ball over on this left-hand side for an eternity. When this turns over, there's a Sunderland player so deep here, can't get up. I think it's Hume. What an improvisation from Gyökeres. The touch is a little bit heavy. I mean, it's disappointing defensively. Mata here doesn't really step into the ball. I don't know where he's going, the Sunderland centre-back. He's got to step in here and make a tackle. He doesn't do that.
Let's go, gang.
The right foot of Alderete has to come across and block that shot.
Go.
He doesn't do it, and he sweeps it into the back of the net. And what an impact for Gyökeres, and he certainly did need that goal.
Gyökeres with the second goal.
Hot to handle for Robin Roofs. Arsenal make a change
I'm telling you.
Havertz being replaced. Edereza coming on to replace him.
He says in now to replace Kai Havertz. Arsenal with the second goal.
As Arsenal celebrated that second goal to take the place of Ricardo Calafiori.
Now let me see your late drama, late goal.
Now perhaps Arsenal can just relax a little. Sunderland are really going to have to come out now if they are to salvage anything.
Oh, Calafiori is out.
You would think that's got the job done, hasn't it?
Mikompu is in.
Very surprising.
And
If Sunderland get themselves back
is
into
it?
this game to take something from it.
Let's go Arsenal.
This season as they close in on a 20th clean sheet in all competitions, and of course Sunderland just 6 goals on the road so far this season. So Ricardo Calafiori replaced and watching on from the bench. And comes Piero Incapio. He's had plenty of game time recently as well. Another shrewd signing made by Arsenal.
He's done well in Capio.
Arsenal
Defensively,
2.
very, very sound. He doesn't bring the same
Sunderland
quality with the
1.
ball.
Sunderland 0.
Feeling his hamstring there.
Why do I want them to score?
For Sunderland with him
Huh?
and on the bench there, main talisman.
I need to find a way for the scoreboard to automate itself, you know?
Siddiqui, but maybe it's just a bit of a cramp as opposed to a muscle injury because you don't run off those hamstring problems.
2-0 to the Arsenal. 2-0 to the Arsenal. 2-0 to the Arsenal. The scoreboard after had to correct itself whenever there is a change in the scoreboard. I need to fix that. Arsenal. 2-0.
So coming forwards again, and it's Declan Rice, the most advanced player, but that one's just going to run through to Robin Roos. Never runs out of energy to see Declan Rice.
Arsenal is on fire.
Gallops everywhere, didn't he? Nice spot from Martinelli as well to see the pass. He tries to feed it with the outside of his right boot. Very nearly weighted it perfectly, but just a little bit too heavy for Rice.
Touch over 20 to try and turn the tide here and get something out of this game. They're going to make a change as well. They look to do just that. And Cheryl Trouder is going to come on. Who was subject of an inquiry by Liverpool at the end of the transfer window. They wanted to take him to the club, but there was complications with the fact his arrangement with Sunderland on loan from Leipzig. So on he comes for the final 20 minutes, and it is, as we would have expected, Noah Siddiqui who makes way.
Let's go Arsenal.
Siddiqui feeling that hamstring. Not going to risk him any further in this game. Katrina will just slot into that defensive midfield role.
Saliba wins the header. And Arsenal looking to fly forwards.
Can you give me a call goal, please?
Doubling the Arsenal lead.
Throwing.
I will say, I think Saliba has been head and shoulders this afternoon physically. He's competed brilliantly. He wins that initial header to set Arsenal off on an attack. Does really well.
I just knew I could trust goalkeepers over Jesus.
Liverpool at the Stadium of Light, and Arsenal.
Not to say Jesus is useless, but I'm just saying.
Easy assignment, and they have had difficulties there before.
I mean, there's a reason we signed him in the first place.
Way clear at the top of the Premier League.
Jesus was in the team before he came in.
Just seeing the game through now for Arsenal without any moments of panic.
Let's go, Arsenal.
Across the front line there initially for Arsenal before Eza just dropped back into a pocket. Plenty of runners from deep. Gyökeres the target. Martinelli had made a move into the box as well. Here is Gyökeres. To touch it for
Corner for Arsenal.
They've just been cramping up there a touch as well. They're going tough for Sunderland right now.
They've had to work really hard. Just to really the physicality of the way that Arsenal play. So hard for teams to deal with. Gyökeres doing really well. Just to roll him on the outside and stretch him on these situations. He steps across there, just gets a bang right into the inside of his right knee. The knee of Gyökeres.
Always a painful one, that the clashing of knees. Fourth corner of the day for Arsenal. So they're in search of a remarkable 15th goal from a corner this season. Premier League record for a campaign stands at 16. And it comes and it's headed away by Ballard. Bodies on the floor inside the boxes. Eza picks up possession. Eza looks to strike. Maybe could have got a strike away quicker.
It's got to be the first one, isn't it? Pointed out the extra touch. The shot just wasn't on. It's quite a low corner count for Arsenal, isn't it, for a game? Normally.
Let's go, Eze!
Corner just drags his effort wide.
Nice try.
Couple of sights of goal for him in the last few seconds.
He's a player that, for me, is trying to build confidence in an Arsenal shirt. Mikel Arteta taking his time with Eze, integrating him into the team, giving him the minutes, wanting a bit more from him in certain areas, and he's slowly picking up what Arsenal really need from him.
Can Sunderland find a way back into this game?
No way.
Just to go around the outside, he manages to send in a cross, which is
Arsenal,
flicked
bro.
away by Saliba.
Does well of it. Really well to get the cross in. Goes all the way across. Capio with him, but to wrap his foot around this and put a decent delivery in. That's a good ball in. Anyone in the box expecting it to make it in.
Yo, it's Arsenal.
Chase on for Gyökeres.
Gyökeres on the ball again. I can see they need to go back, bro.
Eza hooks it back to Timber.
75 minutes into the game.
Here's Trossard for
And
Arsenal.
it's Arsenal 2,
Looking to find a third
Sunderland
to
nil.
wrap up the 3 points. Touched away by Mukiele. Well, of course, Eza did
Throw
give
into
Arsenal
Arsenal.
fans one of their favourite memories of the season, didn't he? That hat-trick that he scored in the North London derby. That reverse fixture coming up soon. And a boost for Arsenal, a blow for Tottenham today. Christian Romero sent off in their defeat against Manchester United, which means he will be missing when the two go head-to-head.
Romero. Red card.
Would you believe it?
You've shocked me there.
The defeat for Tottenham in the lunchtime kick-off against Manchester United. 4 wins from 4 now for Michael Carrick. More than happy to just move this ball around, control the tempo of the game. Tired Sunderland legs chasing.
I think that's really the key as well, is the fact of just controlling the pace of this game. Now, you've got players like Zubomendi, Rice, played a lot of football. And these are the moments where, not to say you take your foot off the gas, but you manage the game.
Let's go,
But it's
Arsenal.
hard to under him because he doesn't half drive the standards Mikel Arteta all game, every game. But you need to make sure Rice doesn't last the get to March, April. You want him in fit form. Arsenal could have some huge games. Champions League, FA Cup, Premier League matches all through those weeks. So to me, it's a big objective in situations like this.
Take a bag.
In March is when it could be a 65-game season for Arsenal, fighting on all four fronts. They are favourites in all four of those competitions. They've been given, I think I read this week, a 5% chance
Yeah, man.
of doing a quadruple, which has never been done in English football before. They're set to have some conclusion to the campaign in Mikel Arteta's team.
And it would be some achievement not winning a trophy for how many years now? And then all of a sudden,
Arteta's team this season.
Here's Eza as they
Togo!
He goes down inside the box if he looks towards the referee.
just steals
Listen,
the ball
pass
well
the
there,
goddamn
gets
ball.
across the shoulder.
Why are you
There's not
going
enough
down,
contact,
bro?
That's just normal.
I'm gonna get no penalty. You have all the time in the world to pass. You instead want the penalty. If I was a referee, I ain't giving you no penalty, bro.
Another two by stopping the Champions
Pass.
League group phase. Of course, the kindness of the draw once we get towards the latter stages of that competition can be so beneficial or can be a real drain as well.
Almost 80 minutes into the game, and it's Arsenal 2, Sunderland 0. That's what we're talking about. Alan Kes. Alan Keshishan. Well done. Thank you. It's Arsenal 2, Sunderland 0. Yo, I think I remember you, yeah? You was the one that got the question right. On the hello in Yoruba. Is that you?
Tough ball for Gyökeres to take, wasn't it? He was backing off, didn't quite see his surroundings. Difficult to have the first touch and keep the ball.
Was that you?
Send in a cross which slams back off in Capier. Looks like
Are you from Watchtower?
Sunderland, but can they set up a tense conclusion there by halving the deficit? As mentioned, 16 points.
I could check that about
Losing
now.
positions so far this season, but 2 down at the league leaders with little time on the clock.
Arsenal. 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 No.
Trossard with the block, and it was applause and hands high from his manager Mikel Arteta.
I can't find your comment.
Looking for Alderete, who
I think you're gone.
under some pressure from Gabriel.
Well done. Thank you.
Sunderland are going to prepare a couple of changes, it seems, down below us to freshen
Let's
things
go,
up, to bring some
Arsenal.
energy onto the field. Wilson Isidore has just taken off his training top, and so too has the new arrival, Wilson Angulo. And Rice is really imploring his teammates to offer a bit more there as Arsenal are looking to build their next phase of possession. Driving the standards here, isn't he, Declan Rice?
That's him to a T, really, isn't it? Attitude, application, energy. really does set the tone. Declan Rice, what a signing. He has been for Arsenal. Worth every penny. Big fee, but for me, worth every penny.
Every single penny. Doesn't wear the armband, but he is a captain out there for Arsenal. A team of leaders, really, when you look around, there's so many big characters. There was some questions of the leadership after that Manchester United defeat, but I think Mikel Arteta knows he's got a very good dressing room.
It's a matter of time before he's the captain. Common country, really.
It's just forced towards the corner flag. Trossard. And to Eze. Trossard is just going to fly one towards the back post. Zubimendi, Rice is in room to his left. Rice helps it along to find Capio, who's on the ball once again. Spins behind.
Corner for Arsenal.
Arsenal corner, as I mentioned, they are too shy of equalling the record for the most corner goals in a single campaign. Oldham, West Brom and Arsenal themselves, the sides that have scored 16 goals in a Premier League season.
They're surely going to smash
How do I
that.
pronounce that name?
This is ideal territory for Arsenal at the moment. Seeing this game through, taking your time, anything in the opposition.
This might be Arsenal's third goal.
Just the place to be for
Listen
Arsenal
up.
at the moment.
It's the first time I've mentioned in a commentary that Oldham are the joint holders of a Premier League record. The Arsenal fans, as you can see, really enjoying their afternoon.
I'm telling you, there is no better time.
Sent in by Rice to the front post. Interesting angle of delivery there by Declan Rice, and it also panic inside the Sunderland penalty area.
There's no better time to be an Arsenal fan.
There's not much he can't do, is there, Declan Rice? They have him on set-piece situations.
This popcorn, they are going to make me cry.
Throws as well, chips in with the goals, breaks some play at the other end. He just keeps it all ticking over. Sunderland now making that double change. The afternoon done, battle over Brian Robbie, who's had to work so hard in isolation for much of this game. And then a first look now, those Sunderland supporters at Nelson.
Good game, Arsenal. Good game.
12 caps for Ecuador as well.
Good game, good game.
Into the action. 7th substitute appearance in the last 9 games. Trey Hugh also departing.
Exciting moment for Sunderland fans. Take a little look at this fella, see what he's got. Tough game to come on in.
Haven't got too much wrong by way of recruitment recently, have they, Sunderland? And they're excited about what Nelson Angulo can bring to the group. Reece says that we all know about his attacking ability. The numbers speak for themselves, but offensively they feel he's up to the task of playing in the Premier League as well. Just 22 years of age.
Arsenal. 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 Arsenal.
Looks like being another
Arsenal.
this trip to
Arsenal.
Arsenal for Sunderland, who have beaten Arsenal in their home ground since 1983.
Arsenal. Arsenal.
Is likely to drop to 8th, maybe 9th, as it did last season, and Sunderland very much in the race to be one of those teams now after what has been a fantastic campaign. 36 points already, 12 more than they got in their last Premier League season. So he just has to deal with that for Arsenal. Just escapes the fate.
It's the only team in the Premier League to have not lost at home as well. I mean, that's a great record to have, isn't it? Playing in front of your home fans all the time and not being beaten at this level. I think it's a great achievement at this stage of the season. If they could hold on to that, I mean, that would just be exceptional, wouldn't it?
They say, don't they, when teams are newly promoted, you have to make your home ground a fortress.
Done that all right.
The teams still standing unbeaten. It is a remarkable achievement from Regis Lebris's side. Problem for Arsenal here. Trossard down on the deck. 3 minutes of the 90 left to play. So it will just be
He's done.
that move to the day for Arsenal and what has been a very good afternoon for them. Tom Hiddleston, big Arsenal fan, here this afternoon watching on. I thought very much have enjoyed what he's seen here at the Emirates today.
So sad.
Will be a change here for Arsenal. Christian Borgard is going to come on.
Give me a like, you know, subscribe.
Struggling a little bit there. Hopefully that's nothing too serious. He's been a key player for Arsenal. His quality does really stand out.
One goal involvement in the Premier League for Leandro Trossard this season. So this isn't anything significant. So on comes Christian
Trossard
Borgard
out,
into the club.
Morgan in.
Predict the summer.
88th minute of the 90th minute.
It's always an occasion and always a great game to look
Arsenal
forward to for the Arsenal
versus
players.
Sunderland
Enjoy sitting
at the
there in front of
Emirates
their
Stadium.
televisions tomorrow to watch Manchester City go to Anfield. To see if they can clip that lead of Arsenal's at the top back.
It's a tough game to call, mate. Really tough.
Manchester City didn't do themselves any favours last weekend, did they? 2-0 up and cruising against Tottenham, just up the road from here, and in the end a 2-2 draw. We're hearing that there will be 6 minutes added on at the end of this game. Sunderland did manage to find a way back against Arsenal in dramatic fashion. Stadium of Light in November to get a 2-2 draw, but whether they can summon 2 goals in 6 minutes, you wouldn't see it as being very likely.
You just feel Sunderland were able to make that game at the Stadium like far more messy, weren't they? It was very scrappy and attritional. This one's been a bit more measured, and Arsenal have handled the game pretty well.
Declan Rice still encouraging his side and offering instruction, and he wasn't too happy that that free kick was given away. I'm sure that his teammates stay switched on until this one is all wrapped up. 20
6
stoppage
minutes
time we go.
at a time.
Confirmation that it will be a minimum of 6 minutes. Whipped in by Angulo towards the back post, the header down, just clips on top of the roof of the net. So, an afternoon where the job is almost done for Arsenal, and this is the way in which they've got their 2 goals. Fabulous goal to open it up, wasn't it?
You can't underestimate
Tremendous
how
goal.
settling that was in a period of the game where it was hard to see really an open play where Arsenal were going to go, and this one from Gyökeres, not the prettiest of goals, but he improvised brilliantly to scoop that one into the near post.
Will be a 3rd defeat in 5 Premier League games for Sunderland. They had only lost 3 of their previous 18. This never a game, an occasion to judge a team, but they are clearly missing Granit Xhaka, aren't they? You would do.
Yeah, I think they are. I think they're missing his on-field presence as much as anything, to be honest. And his passing has been superb this season in the way that he's broke lines, got the ball into Brobbey a lot more than what Sunderland have been doing. I think Brobbey's noticed the effect of not having Granit Xhaka in the team.
Hoping that he will be able to return in around 3 weeks' time. They do, of course, have the derby against Newcastle coming up on the horizon as well. And the winners in that fixture at the Stadium of Light earlier in the season. And they really did grind out a victory, and it was met with joyous scenes as well. Good work by Gyökeres to just get on the toes of Mukiele.
Again. I mean, he's organising back four, midfield. He really is orchestrating everything for Arsenal at the moment. And again, having a go at Eze, saying get up to the ball, driving the standards at the heart of Arsenal's midfield.
He had his options, didn't he? When he left West Ham, he had his pick of
Arsenal, what are you saying, my guy?
to come to Arsenal and
yo, Arsenal with the counter.
Plenty of trophies. Arsenal now
Yo.
bearing down on goal. He rolls it to Gyökeres. Arsenal finished the day in style. A second for Victor.
Yo. Love me, can't go, my G.
Stop them if you can. A double to Gyökeres. Arsenal are purring right now.
Super play.
Let's go, let's drama.
Really is top. The moment this ball gets played out here and it bounces a couple of times, you know there's trouble.
Martinelli, you know when he's on the ball.
Really gets the speed going, and that's just about bang level on the offside. The assistant's not up with play, he's not able to call that. And it's just been confirmed as goal from VAR. And Gyökeres will not get a simpler finish, but a brilliant afternoon for him coming off the bench and getting 2 goals. Exactly what he needed at this moment.
Takes him up to 8 goals for the season now. Approval from Mikel Arteta, and you wonder maybe just how big an afternoon this might be for Victor Gyökeres to get that confidence coursing through the games once again.
The old fan stand is like
These
this.
are the kind of games that he was brought into the club to make a difference in as well.
Gyökeres, another
in
goal.
terms of the bigger teams or the tougher teams, shall we say, the Manchester Cities and Liverpools and all of that, the games are much more tight. But these kind of matches, the last couple of seasons, Arsenal slipped up quite a few points in these kind of games. And I think the likes of Gyökeres is the type of player that can make a difference in these fixtures. And he's come on off the bench and really done that today.
I think as well, Gabriel Jesus returning from injury, Kai Havertz returning from injury, pressure on places always brings out the best in players.
It does.
So a tough one now for Sunderland. Just haven't been able to match Arsenal here this afternoon, and it might not be over. Eze, he's on one of those runs. Threads it across.
Is there another one?
Inside the penalty area. Just doesn't quite work out.
Nah, Martinelli is trying to have a joke at this defense.
Driving run from midfield.
Oh my god.
Chip there.
Whoa, 3 defenders on the floor.
I think it's Ballard that just gets a little nick on it.
Arsenal.
9 goals that Arsenal have now scored from the bench this season, which is the best record in the Premier League. First double for Victor Gyökeres since he got 2 here in Arsenal's first home game of the Premier League season, that thumping win over Leeds United.
Yo, Arsenal is nobody's mate this season. If you haven't heard, you better listen.
Time pretty much up here this afternoon. 4-0 at Leeds last weekend.
96 minutes.
Here this afternoon.
96 minutes. And it's Arsenal 3, Sunderland 0.
Again, the afternoon could still get better for them. Martinelli going for goal.
Martinelli again. Bravo, Arsenal, bravo. That's the end of the game. Full time. Arsenal 3, Sunderland 0 at the Emirates. Thank you for tuning in. I am Dada Boy.
Over to
I'll
Manchester
see you
City, who have the
on
challenge of
game week
Liverpool at
26.
Anfield tomorrow. Victor Gyökeres brought off the bench on the hour mark, and he struck twice to see Arsenal cruise home to
Yo,
victory.
I'm so happy to see Arsenal win the
Setting
game, bro.
Arsenal on their way for a second successive Saturday with a wonderful finish from distance.
Yo.
Sunderland offered resistance. They threatened to get back
Allow me
into
to
this
change the
game,
scoreboard
but they were
again.
overpowered by an Arsenal side who win this one here this afternoon by 3-0.
Victor Gyökeres menunjukkan naluri predatornya pada pertandingan kali ini. 2 gol yang dia
Gyökeres
cetak di babak kedua
with
membuat
2
Arsenal
goals.
menang 3-0. Post match analysis akan segera hadir saat lagi.
Subimendi with the first one. Makes it 3-0.
Mau voucher belanja
Arsenal
25 juta
2-0
setiap bulan?
and Arsenal
Langganan
finishes.
Shopee VIP. Nikmati gratis ongkir instan tanpa batas.
How
Diskon
am I supposed to
20% setiap
complain?
hari dan dapatkan
It's
gratis
3-0
3 bulan chat
and
GPT Go.
finishes.
Langganan Shopee VIP sekarang.
Bravo, Arsenal. Bravo. Bye, gang. I'll see you next weekend. Bye for now.